Hello everybody, Wishbone8121 here, and welcome to another Injustice iOS video. In today's video, we're going to be going over my Justice League team, and in particular, we're going to be talking about Godfall Superman, the S-tier character that nobody knows about. Let's get right into it. Alright, to start us off, let's talk about New 52 Wonder Woman. Her passive, Justice League Fury, means that every time she uses a special attack, about half, actually exactly half the power used, goes to her teammates. So basically it refunds all of her power. She's very good. Most people would gear her with the Tantu Totem, which is definitely a very powerful build. You can also give her the Astro Harness. That's how a lot of people gear her. However, her S1 does chain to her heavy attacks, making it extremely powerful. And that means that giving her the Lowen knives is actually very good for team damage, which is what I'm going to recommend. Also, for this particular group with Godfall Superman, you want Godfall Superman to have the Tantu Totem. So I'm going to give her the Hyperspeed plated suit. That does increase her power generation a little bit more, so it's basically she's always going to have 2 bars of power when she comes in for 2 S1s. Now, the reason you don't want to give her the LexCorp gauntlets is that stun on tag-in actually interacts with the Master's Death Cart so that the enemy can actually block. It's a weird interaction, but that's basically how it works. It will actually cancel out the Death Master's cart. You'll still get the energy from the Master's Death Cart, but the opponent will be able to block, so you won't be able to get off that first S1. Now, you can... if you time it properly with Wonder Woman, you can actually get off her heavy combo after tagging in with the Master's Death Cart in order to get a little bit more energy and get that free S1 afterward. Alright, let's talk about Arkham Knight Batman. Arguably one of the strongest cards in the game. Some people put him in the top 10. I probably would as well. His Wayne Tech boosts are just excellent. The main ones you'll be choosing, as a default, I always go with dot immunity and crit immunity. That way he's just a monster tank. With this particular setup, I gave him the Ibby stick, particularly because this team struggles against the stupid Batman Ninja Batman, you know, when he's outnumbered and he takes only 4% damage. So giving him the Ibby stick and also the LexCorp Helmet V2 means that on his S1 you actually put 2 stacks of the Ibby stick, 2 stacks of the LexCorp, and that's a 32% health dot before crit on every S2. So you stack a few of those and you can get rid of those stupid Batman Ninja Batmans. And pretty much anyone that is weak to dots. Now, his S2 still hits like a truck, so you'll be doing just fine with him against the Blackest Night, the Flash teams, and you can use him to kill Raven, you can use him to get rid of the AH. The Batman Ninja Helmet is, along with his crit immunity, means that he will be able to tank an Injustice 2 Superman S2 to the face, not blocking, and he will be just fine. And also with the blocking gear from LexCorp Helmet V2, he can just block for days. Basically, he's one of the best tanks in the game, arguably the best. With this particular gear setup, he does not have the LexCorp armor to get the power given instead of drained. However, if you do fight against Batman Ninja Catwoman, you can just pick power drain immunity, and he'll be just fine. You don't really need him to get tons of energy from Batman Ninja Catwoman, because he gets tons of energy from Wonder Woman. You just deal with her a different way. Now, you do have the option, if you don't need both crit and dot immunity, you can pick one or the other, and 2 bars of power. That's particularly good against Gaslight Batman because he's so annoying to deal with. You can just kill him right off the bat with his S2. And also you could use it against Injustice 2 Superman to get rid of his passive before you bring in Wonder Woman to get tons and tons of team damage. I think that is pretty much most of what you need to know about Arkham Knight Batman. Incredible tank. With this setup, he can do dot damage and he can do that single strike S2 damage, which hits like a truck. All right, let's talk about the man of the hour, the S-tier character, Godfall Superman. Now, I said earlier he was the best Superman, really, you know, the best offensive Superman. I'll just make it a little bit, easier for you guys to bear. He's not the most defensive card. He is just all killing power. All right, let's get into it. His passive is not really all that special. He does reflect all basic damage. Basically, it reflects 50% of basic damage. That's how it works. After damage calculation, very similar to how Nightwing's with the Ninjato reflects damage, except it's 50% instead of 16, but only for basic damage. It does give him energy, even if he is blocking while immune to damage. With the Astro Harness, he'll still gain energy from blocking basic attacks. So that's something to keep in mind. He can also kill people with blocking basic attacks with his passive, especially used for forgetting that last hit on Batman Ninja Batman when he's invincible. Now, the main reason why he's good is his S2 Frozen Delivery. It deals just slightly less damage than a normal S2. However, the 1/3 of the total damage, 1/3 of a normal S2 is in the last hit. And it's different than the hit that freezes them, which means you have the chance to hit someone with an unblockable and crit with the Necron Scythe. It usually crits for between 217 and 239,000 damage, which is just incredible. It's like Ares, except always being able to crit. So that's why he has the strongest S2 in the game for killing people. You can use this a lot. You can actually knock people down with his heavy combo and use this in order to miss with the first 2 hits on purpose against people with the Astro Harness. I don't do it enough in the video, but it is something that you can do, and I will do more often now that I'm playing with him again. It's been a while since I played with him. You can also chain his S1 to his heavy combo, but I'm so out of practice that I don't have the timing down right, so I'm not very good at it. So I just block and retaliate instead. With the Necron Scythe, you of course get a resurrection if he dies after you kill someone, which you're going to be killing a lot of people with him. He's just a complete monster. Also, if, everything goes to shit and he's low health, then you do have Power Steal. So you can steal enough power for another S2 in order to just absolutely destroy people at low health. When the Astro Harness procs, your Necron Scythe will make you completely unstoppable. So he is just absolutely a monster. Let's get right into it. Alright, to start out with, I use crit and dot immunity as a generality, though really I could be more aggressive if the enemy team does not have dot characters, so that was definitely something I could have done in this case. But anyway, I'm going to bring out... Oof, that hit really hard. I'm going to bring out New 52 Wonder Woman and deal some team damage here, and, well, the first battle is always pretty easy. They just did not have the stats. Alright, this is a little bit of a tougher matchup. It's against the monster Flashpoint Shazam team, so of course you're going to want crit and dot immunity for this. Though that Shazam did not have the 4th wheel gear, so it was not optimally run for this. Also, I think all their gears were a little strange, yeah. Yeah, that Flashpoint Batman does not have, well... Actually, he lost the water shield when Wonder Woman killed Shazam. So that's unfortunate for them, but yeah, it is what it is. I'll take the win. All right, Aquaman is just getting crushed. Let's see if I time this proper. Well, actually, I don't even need to time it. I'll just well, let's see what happens. See if the water shield can save him. Actually, it does, but it procs my age as well. I'll just bring out Arkham Knight Batman and get the win. Alright, so in this matchup, this is one of the times when I should have gone for 2 bars of power instead of dot immunity. Because then I would have been able to get rid of his passive right off the bat, and I would have been able to do more team damage here with the initial tag-in with Wonder Woman. Now everything's still fine, but this match would have been a little bit faster if I'd have done that. Alright, I bring in Superman and kill. There's Superman. And I'm going to not try not to hit her at all. Just she did not quite have enough health. A lot of times, if they're close to the AH proccing, I will not increase the damage on his S2, hoping that they'll block and they won't proc the AH. But it's still decently fast. Let's move on. All right, this time it's up against that annoying Gaslight Batman. I don't like dealing with him, so I'm going to give myself 2 bars of power and dot immunity. Though really crit immunity, well, either one's fine. In case this didn't work, dot immunity is probably better for this particular setup. But because it did work, then, crit immunity would be a little more helpful, but really their whole team is pretty much annihilated at this point, so it really hardly matters. I'll get rid of Injustice 2 Superman's passive and then bring in Superman for the kill here. I wonder if he's got a resurrection. Nope, he's just dead. Now there's another one of those tough teams when you want dot and crit immunity to deal with Joker and Flashpoint Batman. So I'm just going to bring in Wonder Woman, do a little bit of team damage. He is a full tank Batman Ninja Batman, so those are definitely hitting way softer than normal. But he brings in the Joker, and the Joker saved Batman Ninja, but definitely died. Now, this probably won't quite be enough just because Batman Ninja has so much damage reduction. Yeah, this is definitely more of a job for either Wonder Woman or Batman, but actually he pulled out anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I'll just bring in Arkham Knight Batman. I'll reset his AH, that way it won't proc in the middle of my special, and then we'll try to see if we can get the special 2 off. Yeah, that looks like that'll work. Perfect. And then I'll bring in Wonder Woman and see if we can finish this up. Yeah, he's immune to damage now. Oh, that was really annoying. But we'll just finish him off here. Perfect. All right, next fight is against a Batman Ninja Catwoman. So I'm going to take Power Drain immunity and crit immunity. Let's get right to it. Oh yeah, so one thing about him is the opponents can attack pretty fast after you use his passive. So, all right, I'm going to bring in Godfall Superman, and I was trying to get 2 bars before she leaves, and she's kind of hitting hard even without her passive going. Now I don't want to proc her AH, so I don't add any damage to that, which is great because it's enough to get her critically low. If I'd have got the perfect hit there, that might have ended things. So actually, you know what? Never mind. Her passive would have saved her either way. But it does get her shield almost down to 0, so she'll be easier to deal with later. I'm doing some team damage with Wonder Woman, and now I'm bringing in Arkham Knight Batman to dot the crap up out of this Batman Ninja. And he did have tanking gears. And I'm just going to eat a soup here from Superman, and it's not really going to kill me. Even with low power, that only did 165,000 damage, so, Batman is totally fine after that. He's just such a tank. Anyway, I'm just going to bring in Godfall Superman and deal with this nonsense. There we go. That's the end. All right, definitely want dot and crit immunity for this one. Want to be defensive in case things go wrong. Gaslight Batman is really annoying, and this team is just kind of a good team. I mistimed her heavy swipe there. Otherwise, I would have got the full combo off and had enough energy right now for another S1. But thankfully, Gaslight was able to give me some power, but he blocked, and now I'm going to crush him with Superman. And get rid of Injustice 2's passive. And we'll just follow it up with another S2, but first I'll have to block. And we'll see what this Injustice 2 Superman is made of. Okay, he blocks, he gets block broken and frozen, and he dies. That's pretty much how everything goes. Godfall Superman is just a monster. And that is our first Ultimate battle. It was excellent. Love Godfall Superman. Of course, Wonder Woman New 52 is an S+ character. She's top 10 for sure. Anyway, let's get into our next Ultimate battle. I'll show you guys one more. I bring in New 52. That time I definitely got off the, her heavy combo well there, and we'll just do some more team damage, and Aquaman will come in with no health. All right, and I'll hit him once, proc that AH, and let's see if I time this right. Let's see how the timing is. That'll work out. Though I like practicing on my AH timing, that way you launch the first 2 hits into the shield and then freeze him as the shield expires. It's something you want to learn to do if you play with him a lot, to get rid of AH users. Anyway, I'm starting out by dotting the crap out of Green Lantern because he is really annoying, and he has the 4th world set, so we will get rid of him right off the bat. Bring in Godfall Superman against Injustice 2 Superman, and I'm going to knock him down. This is me trying to, chain his S1 to his heavy attacks. Didn't quite work out the greatest. But, I'll still get the job done here. Alright, so Aquaman comes in. He's got his Trident and the Enchantress. Really annoying stuff. And I'm just going to bring in a Wonder Woman to get that strong one hit. Wasn't quite enough. He lives for an extra 10 seconds, and that'll do it. Alright, for the next match, I'm going to give myself 2 bars of power and crit immunity, and get rid of Injustice 2's passive right off the bat. They almost always start out by attacking as fast as possible, so you can just smash the special button, and you'll be able to get that special off unblocked almost 100% of the time. Anyway, neither of those crit, so that was really annoying. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of Injustice 2 here. And there's Flashpoint, and he heals himself, so I noticed he's got a little bit of extra health, which is great, because now he has enough that this will not proc his AH. So I get off my Special 2, he is dead, and then I'm going to Special 2 again against Flash. Break his block. And that one doesn't crit, so I do not get to the resurrection, but that will cause him to lose his first resurrection. I think he's only got 1, unless he kills someone. So I'll try not to let him kill anybody, and let's get back into things with Godfall Superman, and that's the end of him. Alright, I'm going to begin again with crit immunity and 2 bars of power. We'll get rid of his passive, and then we'll just bring in a Wonder Woman to deal some team damage. Did not quite time the heavy swings there, but it's still okay. Superman's going to eat 2 special ones to the face. His team is definitely harmed. And I wanted to kill him, but instead I'm going to end up killing this Superman instead. And he takes 200,000 crit to the face. Next Superman comes up, and he takes a 200,000 crit to the face, bringing us back to Injustice 2 Superman. I will retaliate there, and then give him a, you guessed it, 200k crit to the face. But he lives because he's got the 4th world set, and I'll just bring in a Wonder Woman for the kill. And that's it. Alright, starting off the next match, I could probably give him 2 bars of power and just stick with crit immunity, because it's not common for Batman Ninja to be geared for dots, so it doesn't really matter. This team is so strong, you can basically, just roll your face across your keyboard and do fine. Across your phone screen, I guess. Anyway, we'll get Injustice 2 Superman low, and look at that 20,000 dot from the AH on him. That is a strong dot. Cool thing to notice. Anyway, I guess I don't really understand completely how this guy is geared. It does not make the most sense. But anyway, we'll just kill him. throw this log at Superman. He doesn't block, that's good, so it gets rid of his passive. I'll block his attacks, and we will get him to resurrect. I think he's wearing the 4th world gear, so it looks like he'll have a resurrection. Oh, well, you know what, maybe I already got rid of him. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, I'm going to start with crit immunity and 2 bars of power, and we're going to get rid of this really annoying Batman Ninja Batman. Oof. Yes, he definitely is dead. Yeah, I just went with Wonder Woman, even though I knew she was not going to get power from the MDC, but I'd rather just get the kill for sure, so that worked out. I'll just bring in Godfall Superman here and do some damage. There we go. There's 190, 200k, and another 239k. So that's like 400,000 damage, 430 or so. Now here I'm not going to increase the damage. I'm hoping that he just sits there and bites it. Yes, he does, and perfect. That's a great way to get rid of an AH user. All right, once again, I'm going to start out with crit immunity and power added. We'll get rid of... Oof. We will not be getting rid of Justice 2 Superman's passive that easily. I guess, you know what, he's going to block, so it is what it is. Although he will have a significant number of dots, so he will go down to half health. And I'm going to help him along there by launching that second S2 before he got to critical health. Getting 3 bars of power with Justice 2 with Godfall Superman, and that flashpoint is blocking. How cute. Yes, he's, well, blocking does not affect him all that well. Man, Godfall Superman is just my favorite. Anyway, now Batman Ninja Batman is going to be blocking, and let's see how much damage this manages to do. 27,000. Oh, that's really annoying. Ugh. Well, I was trying to use that against Batman Ninja, but I guess I'll just get rid of his passive there. Let's bring in Wonder Woman and get rid of him with some team damage against Batman Ninja. All right, perfect. And we'll bring in Arkham Knight Batman to put on tons of dots. And I'll just punch him once so he stops being stunned. That way he can use his special against me and lose his energy and die. And then just for the trolls, I'm just going to let him kill himself. Also, it's one of the only ways to deal damage to Batman Ninja. Anyway, I think that is it for this ultimate battle that makes 2 in a row. Pretty fast ones, actually. Anyway, this team is great. I'll be doing one more Justice League team next time. I'll be showing 3 other teammates you can possibly use and strategies with each of them. All right. I hope you guys learned something about the underrated and yet overpowered, clearly S-tier Godfall Superman, the most effective Superman at offense. You guys have a nice night. See ya.